Hallo, hier ist Kerstin für JMC, diesmal mit Nikka Costa. Und sie hat sich ein bisschen Zeit für uns genommen, um mit uns über ihr neues Album zu reden. Und ich möchte auch ganz liebend gern mit ihr über das Thema Ruhm sprechen. So, hi Nikka, how are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Today I want to talk with you, of course, about your new album and about the topic fame.
Okay.
Because Andy Warhol once said, in the future everyone will be world famous for 50 minutes, and in your new single, Ching Ching Ching, you take up that obsession with fame. Do you think that quote, that Warhol quote, is realer than ever?
I think he was talking about people becoming famous by accident, kind of finding themselves famous all of a sudden for something. But I think now there's like a whole generation of kids who are obsessed with that as a goal, like that's they're seeing all this reality TV and kind of shows that make you an instant kind of star, and maybe for not doing very much, especially with reality TV. So
when you were a child, Don Costa's your father and Frank Sinatra your godfather, you were in touch with music business. And did you had the dream to become famous, or
well, I just wanted to do shows. I didn't really think about like, oh, I want the whole world to. I just wanted to do shows, and I just wanted to do music, and I wanted to be on stage. So now the world stage is very much accessible, like it's in your computer.
Yeah.
So with the internet, so the whole kind of idea of being famous is kind of much more in the forefront, I think, of people's minds, because it's like it's right there. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But in the 70s, it wasn't like that.
You had to work.
You had to work. You had to work your ass off.
On your new album, you have a song called "Everybody Loves When You're Dead," and that reminds me some kind of the way the public and media treated Michael Jackson after his death.
Yeah.
What do you had in mind when you wrote that song?
Well, as a matter of fact, it stemmed exactly from that time. It was when Michael Jackson died, and the whole media and the public were just like, he's amazing, he was the greatest entertainer ever lived, and this and that. But the last 10 years, he was wacko jacko and this weirdo and this kind of source of just incessant kind of ridicule, and I just felt grossed out by this kind of flip that everybody did. And of course, he was always the greatest entertainer of all time. So, but it was so easily forgotten. So it just left me with a taste of like, I feel like I need to say something about that. And so it came to me that everybody loves you when you're dead. And
you were quite a long time in the music business. I think you put out your first records in the 80s. How would you assess the role of the women in the industry?
I didn't ever have any kind of thing where anyone said, "Oh, you can't do that because you're a girl." I never felt any of that. I think there's definitely there's always that pressure though for women in music to be sexy and to be pretty and to be skinny and all that, and to wear the right whatever clothes, and there's that whole kind of thing that's perpetuated still. And I think that's kind of a drag, because I think a lot of talented women get overlooked if they don't look the right way.
Yeah, that's right.
So that's a shame.
And recently I read an interview with Lady Gaga, who is quite famous nowadays, and she said that she don't want to have babies because she is afraid to lose creativity. You are a mother now. How does it change you as an artist, being a mom?
It didn't change my artistic. It just changed the process. It changes that I can't just sit and wait for inspiration. I have to delegate a time to be inspired, and this is my time to be inspired. I have an hour.
And talking about change, I think your new record sounds more like pop and not so much funkier than your last records. Was that or is this connected with the topics you sing about, or was it something you intended to do?
I didn't want to make another funk record. I had made like a very vintage, raw record the last time, which was Pebble to a Pearl, and I love that record, and I feel so proud of it. And I just really didn't want to make Pebble to a Pearl number 2. Like, I just am an evolving human, so it means I'm an evolving artist, so I wanted to play around with different sounds and be a bit more electronic and maybe take a risk, maybe try something that might not work or that people might not like.
And the title of your record is Pro-War. And that could be read as reaction to the pace of the business and the life in general. That was what I had in mind. Was that your intention as well?
I love hearing different people's. That's why I hate describing songs, because I love hearing different people's interpretations. I think that's what songs should be. But I just when I was writing this song, it's kind of a rap song, and it's kind of like was inspired by the kind of back and forth when you're in the schoolyard, that kind of those double dutch games, and they'll pass it to you, and you'll be like, I'm Brad, I'm bad, I'm so freaking cool, and this is why, and and they'll pass it to me, I'll be like, well, I'm bad, I'm rad, and I love that whole kind of attitude. It's very like, fuck you, I'm so cool. So I like that, and I thought, okay, I'm just gonna go for it and see what comes out. I'm just gonna totally write a song. It's completely egoed out and how awesome I am.
And you also have a song on the record that is called Song for the Stadiums. And you sing there about catchy tunes. And you hear that songs everywhere. Is that something you want to achieve, or are you afraid of that people get sick of that song you sing, or in conclusion of you?
Well, look, if the radio wants to play my song 500,000 times, I'm not going to tell them not to do it. I want my music to be heard, so it's okay if I become annoying. But, don't we all have those songs that we really cannot stand, that are just like...
But you have to sing it.
In the end, it's like it's been forced in your mind so many times that you can't help it. It's in your brain. So I wanted to write a song about those songs.
And do you have now a catchy tune that you can't, that you always have to sing?
At the moment I don't. But my last one that was really, probably last summer or last spring, and it was Poker Face.
Yeah, mine too.
Poker Face, see? And I think Lady Gaga's cool. I just, that song was just played so much in America. And between that and between my daughter, who would play it in her room like 24 hours a day, it was, I was like, enough.
I see. So thank you for your time.
Thank you.
I hope you have a wonderful day here in Berlin, although it's raining.
In the lovely, cloudy Berlin.
And enjoy your time.
Thank you.
Das war Kerstin für euch, für JMC. Bis zum nächsten Mal. Tschüss.